Hello everyone, welcome to lesson 13 of my PySimpleGUI lessons. In today's video, we are going to learn how to use images as buttons. So first, let's import PySimpleGUI as SG, and then make a layout with a button in it. And then inside the button, let's say this is a button. Then we do the normal things, window equals sg.window. Inside there's Python learning, layout, and then the while true loop, event values equals window.read, and then we print event and values. If event equals none, then we break, and then window.close. Okay, so let's run this. So there's a button here that says this is a button. Now let's look at some attributes for the button. So first, there's the button text. This technically counts as button text. So at the front here, we can write button text equals this. Let's run it. And as you can tell, there is no difference. It still looks the exact same. After this, there's the key. Yep. So as like before, the key is basically the identity. We can call this the button. Yep. So key also doesn't change any of the window. It still looks the exact same. So after the key, there's the tooltip. Like before, if we hover our mouse over the element, then a little text pops up that says this is a tooltip. And then after tooltip, the last one is disabled. So disabled is basically whether you can interact with the button or not. So it's a boolean. If we write true, then it will be disabled. You can no longer click it, and if it's false, then it won't be disabled. So that means it's abled. You can click it. Alright, so those are some of the common ones. Let's do this. Okay, now moving on to the images. There are two ways to put images on. The first one is image file name. And then for this, you put R, and then this. If the image and this file of your Python is in the same folder, then you can simply just type the name and it'll pop up. And let's run it to make sure it works. So as you can tell, this is the logo of Work for Tuition, and now you can interact and click with it. So that's one way of doing it. But if the image is deleted from your computer, then this won't work. And also, it can only be PNG or GIFs. It can't be JPG or any of the other common ones. So an alternative of using file name, you can also write image data. So image data is different from file name because with the image data, you get a base 64. Like things like that, even if the picture is deleted from your computer, you can still access it. It's a really long strand, so I'm gonna show you how it's done. You can go online to a PNG to base 64 converter like so, and then we can select the file that we want, say this one, and then we encode PNG to base 64. And as you can tell, it's a really long strand of letters, numbers, and symbols. So we can just copy this and go back to our code. On top, we can give it a variable name called image, and then do this. Okay, and we can write image data is image. So this way, when we print it, it will still look the exact same. But even if you delete the picture from your computer, this will still work. Alright, lastly, I wanted to show you the image size. So you can change the size of the image by using this attribute, image size. It's a tuple with the width and height. So we can do 300 by 300. I think that's what it is right now. Yeah. So, and you can change it bigger or smaller, but the picture size doesn't change. Like if you change this to 500 and 500, the picture size is still the same. It just has a really big border. And if you change it really small, the same thing happens. Like if we change it to 3030, then the picture is so small, it'll look like a normal button. So ideally, you want to keep it at a place where you can see most of the image like this. Alright, that concludes lesson 13 of my PySimpleGUI course. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. And remember, learning at Work for Tuition is easier than addition.